Hi, welcome back to another episode of Wolf Millionaire's YouTube channel. Yours truly, Wolf Millionaire. Today we're going over how to edit Instagram photos to get more likes and to even get more followers. That's right. It's nothing new. You've been hearing me say this day in, day out since day one. Content is king, and that is more so true than ever on Instagram because everybody's on Instagram for that quick hit of, visual lollygagging, if you want to call it. I call it daydreaming. Other people call it lollygagging. Basically, we just want to look at our phones and escape our lives and enjoy whatever it is that we enjoy following certain accounts for the content they produce. So, it's ever more important for you to be delivering great top shelf content so that other people will continue to engage with it first before anyone else's posts. You want it to really stand out and pop. That way, if it does hit the Explore page, more people will notice it. If you ever take a look at your Explore page and take a minute to analyze yourself of what you draw towards in terms of what you click on every Explore page or search page that you go to, you'll notice that you gravitate towards things that either stand out, either in color, in shape, in size, stuff that intrigues you that you can't really tell what it is. For me anyways, that's what I found. And with any kind of photography, any kind of niche that you're in, having bright, vibrant photos that stand out will get more people looking at them, more people clicking, more people engaging, and ultimately more people following. Let's quickly dive in. There's a blog post that I did along with this. This is one of the photos that I posted today. 6 hours, 3,000 likes, and it's a very simple photo of my car, but I did take a little bit of time to edit it and to make the big kind of what looks like to be an opening cloud, a mushroom cloud with some blue skies and the really white car and the green cornfields pop a little bit, and as a result, it's doing very well. It should hit at least 4,000 likes before the end of the day, which is above average for me on my Wolf Millionaire account. If you haven't yet, guys, remember, and girls, sign up for my Wolf Millionaire webinar. It's about 45 minutes, and I walk you through the whole process of how people make money on Instagram, and I even highlight 9 amazing ways that you can start making money on Instagram, even if you don't have a business, product, or service. You can even make money on Instagram with no followers. There's strategies and things that you can do to make money on Instagram without followers, even without any money. So let's get back to the Instagram editing to do better. So here's the first example, and you can go check this out on my blog, blog.wolfmillionaire.com. Just a really quick explanation. This is the photographer's original photo. Now, I've square cropped it. As you can see, this is just a screenshot from Instagram, and this is from my Pixel XL, so it's the Android that you're looking at. It does tend to look a little bit different in iOS, but the functionality is still there. This photo on the left here, the before, is part of a much bigger picture that was uploaded to madwhips.com, and that's where I get all my content. Is people upload their photos to madwhips.com, and I take the best ones and I post them to my 30-some Instagram accounts that total over 18 million followers. Now, the photo on the left here, as you can see, is faded, and it's because of the sun's reflection and the angle that the photo was taken at the time of day. Now, as the big picture that the photographer uploaded of this, and let me just double check here, upscale exotics. Congratulations on all the amazing photos you're taking. Your work has really, really gotten a lot better over the last couple months. Keep killing it, dude. Okay, back to this. This is really nice and faded. Had a really nice, magic hour, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock sunshine kind of gleaming on it. And yet, this is what I edited and made it look like, because when we translate and look this on our mobile phone, on the small screens that we have, even if it's a tablet, this looks great. This is still an insane car. It's a Koenigsegg Agera RSR, I believe. And when we look at it on our phones, again, most of the people on their phones throughout the world have their brightness setting jacked down to 50% so that they can save their battery power and their phones last longer. It's a huge drawback right now and a technological kind of disadvantage that we're all at because of the computing. And even though everything's getting a lot more advanced and efficient in terms of the circuitry and everything that is behind the scenes of what makes your phones work, our battery power still suck because of how much we're on them. I have my brightness at 100%, 24/7. Actually, no, not first thing in the morning and not late at night. But every time else I'm not in my bed, my brightness is on full because I want to see what people's photos are. That's the experience I'm looking for. I don't want to see something that's half bright. So this is why I had to do this to this photo. And I did it all by using the photo editing features that Instagram has within the app on both iOS and Android. Now, some of the biggest things that I like to do to my photos and that I've noticed after posting tens of thousands of photos and observing what works and what doesn't work is people want to see them bright, they want to see them clear, they want to see them sharp. Again, try to inspire someone with a photo. This photo does a much better job than this one. This one on a laptop, the way it was edited, looks really cool because it has a little bit more of the background and surrounding. This here on our Instagram, we're limited to a very small space, not necessarily square crop anymore, but we definitely want to make use of edge-to-edge imaging. We want to bring whatever the object of interest is in our photos up to the center, right in people's faces, and we want to make it bright and clear and sharp so that they can consume and see that. And that's what brings people back to your page. That's what's going to have someone hit the follow page if you're delivering high quality content. Here's another example, and this one is from PC Cars. This is an amazing Ferrari FXXK in frozen blue. This was the original image, and as you can see, I didn't even get to the next screen. I usually do use this. I refer to this as like the auto correct feature, even though it's just the Lux filter. It's kind of a nice mix of color, vibrance, slight clarity, and maybe some saturation. And I kindly usually start here with this one, and I'll adjust the slider up and down to maybe anywhere from 10 to 15%, all the way up to 50%, depending on what looks good, but not too much. And then from there, we'll go into editing all the different options that Instagram gives us. And we always start from the left and move to the right. That's just how the editing flow works. Checking with the brightness and contrast. In the article, I explain why I like the structure feature so much. I use highlights, sometimes shadows. I do not use vignette. I do not use tilt shift. And I do use sharpen. And as you can see side by side, whether you're looking this on your laptop, in YouTube, or on your mobile phone, this one will definitely look cooler. You probably yourself have your phone on 50% or 75% brightness now, and between these two photos, this you can probably tell what it is and probably looks good on your phone, whereas this is probably that much more darker and without all the feature that we get by brightening it up. And again, this is going to get more likes and more attention and go further in people's feeds than this dark one. Here's another quick one by Dario Fontana. Dude, your shots are spectacular. I really look up to your photography. So, this is Dario's original image that he uploaded to Mad Whips. And now, we got to remember, just because this was uploaded to Mad Whips doesn't necessarily mean that it's the final version of Dario Fontana's edit on this photo. It's the photo he chose to upload to madwhips.com so I can use it on my Instagram accounts. And as a result, I'm super thankful. And anywhere I can see giving a little bit of extra boost to these photographers' work, I do. And as you can see, the one on the right, the metal is it's a lot more silver. It's a lot brighter. It kind of looks liquid. Down here, the pipes and the rear diffuser are a little bit more defined. And the forest goes from kind of being a background, dullish background, to a little bit more vibrant in the greens. The reds even pop too because I add a little bit of saturation. Much better photo for Instagram. So that's the key thing I want you guys to remember is we're adapting these photos from one medium to another for which they were intended. Maybe Dario does all his work on a laptop or desktop. That's where he edits them. And his photography workflow is to create the native DSLR, 3 to 2 or 69 landscape mode photos. And now we're cropping them and putting them on a mobile device or tablet device or optimizing them for that channel. We also have to make sure that we optimize them for people's viewing. And again, as I mentioned, most people in the world have their brightnesses down. Not everyone's got a brand new iPhone that has a nice crisp contrast display. And so we just want to edit these just a little bit to make them pop on people's phones. So that's what we've achieved here. This photo killed, by the way. Here's another really easy one that you could really see the before and after. This one just needed a little bit of brightening up. You can see how it was kind of just, it looked dark, and it's because of the placement of the sun and where the photographer was standing when he took the shot. And this here is a little bit brighter. We see a little bit more, defined work on the car, which I want to see. This is a one-of-one Pagani Zonda Barchetta. It's one of one. Doesn't have a roof at all. And I wanted to show this off and to really show the car. In order to do that, we got to brighten up, tweak, a little bit of sharpness here. I did do a little bit of structure. Again, play around with the structure features. You'll see it. It's really nice. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it should make the center object really pop when you use it. Otherwise, don't use it. This one's a really tough one. But I wanted to go over it because it was a red colored photo. And I just want to show you how anal I am about taking it to the next level and really optimizing people's photos for the mobile device experience. This is the original one, and it's from Supercars of Milan. It's a Ferrari F12 TDF. This is perfect. This was already edited to perfection. I took it one step further, played with the sharpen, highlights, structure, and maybe the contrast, because I wanted to bring a little bit more of this diffuser out. So this is a real piece of work from the rear, and even I notice new things on these exotic cars that I'm in love with through people's photos. So thank you for uploading all these amazing photos. So anyways, as you can see, the carbon fiber over here, I lightened it up a little bit more. A little bit of sharpness to just add a little bit more definition around the tail lights. But the rear diffuser is the big one. This area here to this area here, these little fins kind of get lost in the shadow, especially on an under bright phone, a phone that's got 50% brightness. And so just by jacking it up a little, you get a little bit more texture. The structure again alters and brings this image a little bit more out, almost like it's 3D. Screws with the background a little. You can see here, if you're looking at this on a desktop and you're running it in 1080p, you'll be able to see the difference between these backgrounds. It looks very dramatic here on my Mac that I'm currently recording this on. But on my mobile device, when I do it, this little bit of weird gray texture really makes the contrast difference between the red Ferrari and the gray wall that much more that it pops. Again, it's a little bit lighter than this dark. And so that was my reasoning for editing that. This photo also killed when I posted it. This one is a very, very tricky one. It's very hard to see. It's harder to see on your laptop or desktop because of how much bright whites we get through here in the yellows. But on your mobile device, if you're watching this, you'll really be able to tell a difference. You'll notice that the yellows over here are a little bit more golden. The tail lights right around this ring here is a little bit sharper. You can really see that. Down here, it's a little bit sharper. And then the structure feature that I love to play with, it did a nice kind of blur and clarity effect back here, bringing some of the colors into play and making this even more kind of, in the foreground. Whereas this, being the background, a little bit blurry, but a little bit more color. And this photo killed when I posted it. So congratulations to exoticcars_SG in Singapore. Thank you very much for sharing all your amazing content with madwhips.com. I can't believe how many spotters we have out in Singapore. I'm going to have to make a trip out there because you guys have some really cool, colorful cars, especially a lot of Novatecs and Mansoris. It's crazy. Last up is this black one. And again, blacks are very hard to master, especially on a mobile device. So it's nice when we have a black vehicle in a white background because you can really play them off against each other. And again, this has very subtle differences between the before, the original, and the after. But up here, you can see a little bit darker sheen in the black. The rotors here that are orange, a little bit oranger here. The back's a little bit all sharper, right around these aggressive, tail lights and the wing. And so I wanted to bring that out. So I used the sharper feature. As well. The structure feature will also help that. You can see it's kind of soft here. These soft lines, and I sharpen them right up. And that really makes these cars pop. And this is a hot car to begin with, the Lamborghini Huracan Performante, just released. The most hardcore version that Lamborghini makes of their Huracan, well, for the street anyways. And so it's going to do good to begin with, but if I can give it that extra 10 or even 15% just with a little edit, and this is exactly what I see because I've tested this, you can squeeze an extra 10, 15, sometimes even 20% likes on your photo just with a simple 30 to 45-second edit. Yep, no joke. And people love it. People will love it that much more. And you get that much more bang for your post, whether it's a paid post, an advertisement for one of your clients, or just for yourself. That's how you do it. And that's it, guys. That's how you edit your Instagram photos to make them pop, to get more likes. And if you want to see me really go through this image by image, then sign up for my Insta Wealth Growth System. I go through a couple examples. I even walk you through Snapseed, which is my other recommended app. It's free. It's for iOS or Android, and it's that much more powerful photo editor that I use to edit some of my photos on Wolf Millionaire. Have a great time, and hope you enjoyed this learning. Cheers.